Hey Apple, we need to have a serious conversation. I like your products and I've been using them for a long time now, but this whole situation with USB Type-C, headphone jacks, and dongles, we got a problem. Because man, what the superpower user here? Let me take a step back and explain myself here. So, I consider myself a early adopter, meaning I like all things cutting edge, I like all brand new tech. So naturally, when Apple released the Retina MacBook Pro Thunderbolt edition back in 2016, I was completely on board. So Apple had just announced that they were removing all the other ports. They were only going to give us 4 USB Type-C ports, along with a headphone jack. May the MagSafe rest in peace. So hey, I was completely on board with this whole USB Type-C revolution. It was the future, and that all new products in the future would be going to USB Type-C because it was better than USB Type-A in almost every way. So what did I do? I bought these little adapters, USB Type-A to USB Type-C, to work with the Mac. I bought flash drives that were USB Type-C, and everything was great. In fact, I basically revamped my whole ecosystem at home to work with USB Type-C. Of course, some of the older devices, other devices were using traditional USB, and of course, Apple devices were using Lightning. But I knew that USB Type-C was going to be the future. So I was drinking the Kool-Aid. It was all good. And then, of course, in 2017, when Apple released the iPhone X and redid the entire phone with the full screen, Face ID, redesigned everything, what did they do on the bottom? Well, shoot. They didn't include USB Type-C. I was kind of bummed, right? Not only did they not include USB Type-C on their phone, even though their Mac went to USB Type-C, they removed the headphone jack. Because of why? Because of courage? Okay. So they've removed the headphone jack, meaning the Shure SE846s that I use as my daily driver headphones no longer work with the phone, even though they work just fine with a computer, laptop. And instead, I gotta use this dongle. This dongle that came with the phone, all right? The Lightning to 3.5mm jack dongle. Like that. What's worse is that these Shure 846s can be detached from the cable, and I actually can buy a cable that directly outputs the USB Type-C or Lightning. The problem is, if I buy a Lightning cable that works with the phone, I can't use this Lightning cable with my laptop anymore. So I have to choose between listening with the headphones with my phone or with my laptop. In the end, I decided to just stick with the existing 3.5mm headphone cables that I got here and just use the dongle because I want to be able to switch between the phone and the laptop. All right, fast forward to last year when the new iPad Pro got redesigned just like the iPhone. And what did they do to this device? This massive device I've got here, 13 inches, they removed the headphone jack, just like the iPhone. I mean, come on, man. Why would you remove the headphone jack? This thing is huge. What kind of space are you saving on this? What kind of favors are you doing your customers by removing the headphone jack? This 13-inch iPad Pro has a single port. But again, the kicker is this single port isn't Lightning anymore. This single port is a USB Type-C. All right, okay, fine. We have to do the conversion sometime. Better now than later. Without the headphone jack now, I can't use my headphones, nor can I even use this dongle because this dongle is a Lightning dongle, and of course Lightning and USB Type-C, it does not work anymore. So this dongle goes out the door, and and I gotta buy a brand new dongle. All right, so here's the problem that I see. You've got Apple's Mac division pushing the bleeding edge, going for very thin, very small, thin laptop, going all USB Type-C, and basically pushing in the direction that, naturally, maybe a little bit before its time, granted, but we can all agree that USB Type-C is the future, right? They're trying to go in a correct direction. But then you have the iPhone division and the older iPads that won't let go with Lightning. Lightning makes Apple a lot of money because of the licensing and whatever, but it's time for the iPhone and all of the devices to go to that USB utopian future that Apple had originally intended to go to. So the kicker rumor is that Apple developed this Lightning cable and took all of the learnings and then developed this new version of the Lightning cable, and they slid the design under the table to the USB consortium, and the USB consortium basically took this design and called it USB Type-C. Apple, of course, wanting it to be fully, accepted, denied all involvement, but that kind of really shows that they really wanted this the standard to be ubiquitous on all devices. But then they choose not to adopt it on their own devices. Really? So why am I talking about this now? Well, the iPhone X didn't get USB Type-C. The iPhone XS didn't get USB Type-C either. And the latest rumors on the street is that the iPhone 11 isn't going to get USB Type-C either. It's 2019. Most of the competitors, Samsung Galaxies, all the other phones are on USB Type-C with the fast charging and all the benefits that USB Type-C gives you. Apple here is not willing to give up Lightning. And we've got Macs that have all USB Type-C. We've got even the iPad that has gone to USB Type-C. But the iPhone seems to refuse to adopt the new standard. And it's gotten to the point where I need 3 standards: USB Type-C, Lightning, and 3.5mm jacks to be able to use my headphones with these 3 devices. It's gotten completely ridiculous. And if the new iPhone doesn't adopt USB Type-C, I'm going to be upset.